Hey guys, if you're watching this, I am no longer live. Let me pull up my Hi Neely, you're always the first to get on. So I figured I would go ahead and do this. I've been saying that I was going to do it for a little while, and had to do a 30 ounce, so my tape is sticking everywhere, sorry. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. You know, if you guys come in late, it'll always, all my lives are always posted in the group afterwards. So let me get my stuff kind of organized. It's kind of, hang on, move some stuff. If you guys have any questions as we go, I'm gonna try to answer them. But I'm gonna be showing y'all how to do the stripes. I feel like my hot pink fingers. That's from doing this one. Isn't this pretty? I'll go ahead and show y'all. I haven't posted this one yet. I did this one earlier today. So it's pink and orange ombre with leopard print. But yeah, I don't wear gloves, so my hands end up pink. So that's fun. Alright, so I'm just going to show you guys how to do the stripes today. And I had this double-sided tape for the longest time. And I just had never used it. So I just decided to do serape with it. And the tape comes like this. It's literally like a roll of tape. I use the 3M brand. You can get it on Amazon, eBay. I think I got mine off of eBay, but I've had it for, for at least 6 months. So I don't remember exactly where I got it from. But you can get it in a variety of sizes. I think that mine is like 1.5 millimeters to 5 or 6 millimeters. And you don't have to get the same sizes that I do. It's just, you know, however big you want your stripes to be. If you want larger stripes, because like I think like you can see the largest one is this one. So if you want larger stripes than that, then you might want to get some that are, you know, 10 or 12 millimeters. This is just what I had on hand. So this is what I used. So I already taped the majority of it. I left a little bit down here that I'm going to show you guys how to do. It's just this, it literally takes like a good hour to do this, just to tape it, not even to decorate it. It takes at least an hour just to, because you have to like match them all up. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Now, Katie, when she does her serape, she does not use the double-sided tape. I just used it because I had it on hand and I really didn't feel like spending like all day doing serape if it wasn't going to turn out how I wanted it. So I just did the double-sided tape, and I'm pretty happy with it. A few things that I will say are the coverage is going to depend on your glitter. So if you have glitter that is transparent, then it's not going to give you as good of coverage as if the glitter was not like a translucent glitter, if that makes sense. So a lot of the colors I have are translucent, so the coverage isn't like 100%, but I'm okay with that. It just depends on what look you're going for. So if you want something that's going to be super, super opaque colors, then you might not want to use double-sided tape, or you would definitely have to pick your glitter colors wisely. So like, for example, the lighting is like not the best right here. But like you can tell some of these colors are super dark. I'm trying to like get in the light. This is actually like a blue, but you can tell you can't really see through it. like any of these blues. But like the pinks up here, this is Wednesdays from Peachy Olive. So it's definitely a translucent color. But I know even if I was putting this on a tumbler, my base color would be something different than white. Because even if I put this on a tumbler, it's not going to be as bright as it is in the container. So that's just something to keep in mind. So for translucent colors, like for Wednesdays, for Fuzzy Navel, a couple other ones, I would usually base coat my cup a different color other than white. But since we're using double-sided tape, that would be pretty much impossible to base coat each stripe a different color. So you can either use double-sided tape or, you know, basically go in and Mod Podge each different line a different color if you want a more opaque color. So now that that's out of the way, I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So we're going to have this much left. I'm going to try to arrange you guys because I do this in my lap. So I gotta put the cup in my lap. So y'all are gonna be looking at my legs. Alright, so I'm gonna try to angle this down. Let's see. Hang on. I know this isn't like the best angle. I wish I was like closer. Bear with me, guys, while I get this kind of, hang on, let me turn it. Hello. Duh. I forgot I can, like, turn my iPad. Alright. I think this is going to be the best that we're going to do. Alright. Make sure I'm still there. Alright, so what I do is I cut, like, long strips of my tape, so I have them here. And so I'm not just like constantly trying to pull them off the roll. Alright, so after I have my tape, I don't ever go in like a particular order. I don't go in a particular pattern. I just kind of put them on as I go. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're different. It doesn't really matter. So, of course, the top one you're going to put on, and then you just kind of match up the next one so you get them all straight. So we're going to start down here. So I'm going to match it up. And then you just kind of twist the cup as you go. And be sure you have like scissors on hand too, because you're going to overlap it just a little bit, but you're not going to push it down. You're going to cut it just so it overlaps a little bit, and then you're going to peel up this one, maybe. Kind of hard to do this while you're doing a video. Alright, so you peel it up just a little bit, and you're going to push this one down and then push this one back over. So when you peel it off, the whole thing comes off and it's one continuous circle and there's no break in between the tape, if that makes sense. The tape, you can get it on a lot of different places. You can just Google like 3M double-sided tape. But it's been so long since I purchased this one that I can't remember. I think it might have been eBay. But 3M tape is just super sticky. And I think that might be why I get a little bit better coverage than some people have had with double-sided tape, because this one is just so sticky. So we're going to overlap it. So this is definitely something that you can't like rush through. You have to, you know, take your time And then you can get to the fun part. And when I am overlapping it, I literally just do like a couple millimeters. You don't need it to overlap a whole lot. But, I mean, I like doing stuff like this. To me, it's really, like, relaxing. Cheyenne, for the keychain, I mean, you could do either one, but, just know that if you use double-sided tape or with like multiple different colors of glitter, it's going to take you a lot longer than it would be just to apply vinyl. Yeah, guys. So a lot of the questions I've already answered. So y'all can just go back and re-watch it if you have just tuned in. But all my sizes are, I mean, you can get different sizes. Mine are between 1.5 to 5 millimeters. But that's just because I've had this forever. So, I mean, I would probably go back and get, you know, 10 or 12 now also. Just if you want, like, noticeably thicker lines. And that's what's great about these serapes, is they don't have to be the same as everybody else. Just because my sizes are 1.5 to 5 doesn't mean that y'all's have to be. Y'all can do 6, 12. I mean, they have like any size you can think of. So you can do thicker lines, thinner lines, a mix of both. These are, I want to say $78 is what I've been selling these for, or at least the ones with the cow print. Of course, if they want like a Yeti brand or something else, then it would be more expensive. Yes, Lynn, I do go all the way around. For example, for this one, the serape goes around the entire cup. It's just easier for me that way, because I don't want to have to think about where I'm going to stop the design or where I'm going to start the design. I want to have complete freedom. Rachel, I'm not going to do it on the cowhide. I'm just going to do the serape. And yeah, y'all, if y'all are gonna do these cups, like, please charge accordingly. That is, I mean, to be honest, like, that is one reason why I think a lot of cup makers are a little hesitant to share how they do things, because a lot of people drastically undercharge for their work. So I might charge $70 to $100 for one of these, and then somebody will come along and charge $40 for it. So it's just really frustrating. So keep that in mind when you're making them. I mean, they take a really long time to do. So don't sell yourself short. So y'all can see I'm just going around, overlapping just a little bit. Yes, all the tutorials. Thank you, Neely. Yeah, all the tutorials are posted. Rachel, I'm showing you guys how to do double-sided tape or serape. Almost done. And like y'all can see, I'm not really paying attention to like what size I use next. I'm just grabbing and applying it. I originally got this double-sided tape because I just wanted to make a striped cup. I wanted to do like purples and blues, like ombre, but I never got around to doing that. So, ugh, I wish I had my nails. All my nails just broke, so it's making it more difficult to lift this tape. Guys, y'all can go back up and read previous comments too if y'all just tuned in to know where stuff is from. But yeah, y'all can find double-sided tape, eBay, Amazon. You can just Google 3M double-sided tape, and I'm sure even more places than that will pop up. You can't hear? Sorry, I'll try to talk louder. I think it might be because my speaker is turned the other way while I'm doing this. It'll get turned back around in just a second. Oh, you can hear? Okay. Ugh. Alright, this is probably going to be the last one that I do, because I'll tell you guys in a second. Let's make this straight. So I always leave space at the top and the bottom because I want to be sure that the tape gets completely covered with epoxy. Quiet mode. I don't know how to fix quiet mode. Alright, so I leave space at the bottom and at the top because I don't want to put tape up here and then the epoxy not cover it well. I'll still go back and glitter this part, but I'll just use Mod Podge for that part. And same for here. I'll just do the last color, the same color as the bottom, when I do my Mod Podge. So, this one is just a skinny, no, this one is a 30. Yeah, this one is a 30 ounce. Let's see. Alright, so I'm gonna put you guys back up. Let me see my battle wounds. Alright, so let's see here. I'm gonna move you guys. Bear with me. Alright, so probably gonna lift y'all up a little bit. So I can glitter. Alright, that might be good. Let's see. I gotta put my glitter paper down. rid of this tape so it doesn't stick to me. Alright. So, for most of these, I just kind of pick a color and go with it. Like, hang on, let me grab the other one. Like, so for this one, for example, I did not do the same pattern as I used for this one. Like, they're different patterns. So I just kind of pick colors that are going to go together and put them on there. But for this one, it's going to be the same as this one, so I just go with the same colors. It might not be, I mean, it's obviously not going to be like the same widths for all of it, but I'll just try to match up like the same patterns. But y'all know, like, this is handmade stuff. It's not going to be exactly the same 100% of the time. Sharon, because your glitter, I mean, I don't know. I can just tell when looking at it if it's translucent, like if it's kind of see-through, but it should say when you purchase it if it's translucent glitter. Like, you can just kind of, I don't know. It's just a certain look that it has to it. Like, this one, Burnt Umber, it's not translucent, but you can just tell. It just has a certain look. I don't really know how to explain it. Alright, so, and another thing that I found is to, like, so when I'm doing these two colors, I always do, like, basically sections at a time. So I'll do this section, and then move to this section, and then move to this section. So I always do the I know, Rachel, I don't really know another way how to explain it. But so I'll always start with a darker color, because you don't want to put the lighter color on and then put the darker color on, because then it might blend with each other. So I always start with the darker. So we're going to do our black first. And I usually just kind of, so all you do is, so this is why you overlap it a little bit, because it leaves like a little piece to peel up, so it makes it easier to peel. So we're just going to peel. Oh, and that one, of course. Oh, hang on, let me get this. Y'all, my nails. Ugh. I wish that I had them. So I'll peel, like, let's see, maybe 5, 6. I charge, for this one, I would charge, I think it's $78. And I would be going a little bit quicker if I wasn't doing a tutorial. But I'm just going like a little slower so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, so now that we have our tape uncovered, we are just going to pour it on. And also, the double-sided tape works best with like fine or ultra-fine glitter. Chunky is not going to work too well. Now with the black, I'll kind of take it and rub it in, just because this black, I like it, but it's like a holographic black. It's not as black as I would like it to be. but it's what I got, so we're just gonna work with it. I don't do this for every color, I just do it with this black on the first one. And I have a paintbrush somewhere around here. I don't know where it is right now. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to find my paintbrush. Whatever. Maybe just get a new one. So for this one, I'm just going to brush this black glitter off. I do not do this with every color, just with the black, because I want to make sure that it is completely off from where I want it. Thank you guys for answering some of the questions. I'm trying to catch them, but okay. Oh, Neely. Alright, so the next one, we're going to do pink. So, you can see that that's my black. So then we're going to peel off some pink. And y'all, this is why I'm trying to keep them down as much as I can, but like these little spots, I'm gonna have to go back and cover. But if you keep them down, it's just, I'm at a really, this is not usually how I do it. I'm just trying to work with the angles, but I really keep them down better. But since it's just awkward, we're just gonna work with it. So then you sprinkle your next color on. And this one is translucent, so it's not going to be as bright as it is in the bottle. But it's still pink, which is fine because that's all I need it to be. And so for this one, I'm not going to brush it off, because if I brush it off, then, you know, some of the glitter will come off, and I don't want that. I just bang it off really good. And it's fine. And yes, after I get finished with this, I do spray seal everything really good. So then the next color we're going to use is a little bit darker pink. And you want your colors to kind of overlap. So see how I left one in between the black? So that's where our next color is going to start. And you basically just pull like every other one. And then you just pour this one on. Now, for like this color, since there's not another color on it, I'll just kind of brush it off, but the side, like going this way and not this way, because I don't want it to come down onto the other colors. I just brush it like this. And I don't want to brush up the tape. So, and you can go back and kind of look to, you know, make sure that there's no like really, you know, noticeable white spots in any of it, so it looks pretty good. Sorry my camera's not focusing super well. Destin, I'll just go back and fix them with either Mod Podge, or like for this particular design, I'm gonna cover it with cowhide. So that's just where I'll make sure that other glitter covers. And it's really only the black that you have that problem with, just because the black is so much darker. Some of the other colors, if they mix together, you won't really be able to notice. No, guys, I'm not going to show y'all how to do the cowhide, only the serape or stripes. Let's see, I think that's good. Do I cut what down to the size that I want? Thanks, Renee. No, the tape comes in these sizes. Or you mean like, yeah, I buy it that way. Yeah, this is the cowhide cup with the serape. That one's mine. But I'm making another one because I have an order for it. So I typically just like blow some of the glitter off. I mean, sometimes I use the paintbrush, but most of the times I just blow it off because I want as much of the glitter to stay on there as I can. Yes. Yes and yes. So if, like, even when I do a design, like this is going to have cow print on it also, but I'm still doing serape over the entire thing because it's easier to, like, I don't want to be confined to just a certain section, you know. It's easier to design if I have the whole cup to work with. No, well, I mean, y'all can see I'm not sealing in between the different glitter colors. I mean, you can if you really want to, but that would just be super time consuming. So, I mean, you might get, I mean, a little bit of mixture, but not really much. Not unless you're like pushing the colors into the tape, but I mean, they stay pretty separate. So now I'm going to break out my black again. Yeah, I guess I will. 1, 2. So again, my black, I'm just going to do 2. Two colors. So whenever I'm using black against a color that's like really light, I'm always very careful not to put it on there, because this black is like ultra fine glitter. So even if there's no tape showing on the lighter color, it still is possible for the grains to get embedded into the glitter. And I don't want that to happen. So I will brush this one off, the black. So I'll just take my brush. Thank you, Kaylee. You're like my question answerer today. Yeah, I spray seal all of this when I'm done. Let's see. Find the edge of my tape. And before I spray seal, yeah, I know, I like to sing, so yeah, I'm weird. It's alright. Oh, thanks, guys. Y'all are sweet. Alright, so for example, like, so this next one, I'm going to do white and blue, but I'll do my blue one first. So when I put the blue on there, it won't fall into my white. Let me blow this off real quick. Oh, I'm singing my words again. Okay. Blue. Blue. glues. So we can brush this one off because that's a lot of glitter on there. So, I mean, if you're gonna brush your glitter off, I would brush it like this way and not down through your other colors. Emily, I get a lot of my glitter, most of my glitter comes from Peachy Olive glitter, and then also from PDB glitter. PDB. And Peachy Olive. So I'll go ahead and do this one next. Nope, I'm probably not going to do that one. Oh, I don't think I brought my white over here. Let me grab my white. Nope. No, I don't have a hard time laying any of the strips. No, the glitter, they are not on Etsy. You can find them on Facebook. They have Facebook pages and like individual websites, standalone sites. So see, look, I can already tell you guys that I messed up on one part. I'll show y'all. That's what happens when I talk. But it's okay because it's an easy fix. Nia, I don't know if I saw your question or not. Well, I did a 30 ounce also. Let me show you. This is the 30 ounce one. And it's still, I mean, was fine. I mean, it took like a second longer just to get them straight, but the tape is pretty sticky, so as soon as you stick the tape down, then it sticks to the cup. Y'all can get whatever size y'all want. These are just ones that I had on hand. That, like, I didn't specifically, I did not specifically buy them for this. I have sizes from 1.5 millimeter to 5 or 6 millimeters, but they have some that are 10, 12, 14. They have lots of them. So so y'all can get different sizes. But see, I was talking, so I messed up. I meant to pull this one, but instead I left 2. So that's just going to be, I mean, I think that's like, so that'll be like a 5mm stripe, which is fine. So we'll just pull both of those off and do them. I would not press it in, because if you press it in, then it's going to press into the other color as well, and you don't want that. That's the main reason why I also don't brush it off, because I don't want any of the glitter getting onto the other colors. Alright, so we're going to do this blue. So I just bang it off really good. I don't wipe it off unless it's like a color that has a lot of glitter on it, or I'll just blow it off into my glitter covered floor. But like, for example, for this one, since those are very similar in color, they're just blue, I will take my brush and just brush down the side. Because if those 2 colors mix, you're not going to notice it, because they're both blue. So, see? And there's no like certain pattern that you have to go by. I mean, like Katie, she does hers more like traditional colors, which is really pretty. But I just kind of wanted to be a little bit different. So that's why I do a lot of like brighter colors, like bright pinks. Now I forgot what I was saying because I was reading comments. No, it's not in sheet form. They're rolls. Yeah, I would, that's what I think. Let me, I mean, I still used, I'm looking at my other cup, like I still use like a 5 or 6mm around the taper, but I push it down as I go. So it's not like I'm trying to wrap the thing and then push it down. Like I take it and push it down as I go around the tumbler. So as soon as I press it down, it sticks to the cup. So even if the backing lifts up a little bit, the actual tape part is pressed down. I'm actually not going to do this one yet. We're going to do the darker color first. Getting thrown off, guys. Alright, so that'll be lighter. I always do the darker color first, but today I'm just kind of, I mean, you can go back and fix it. It just makes it easier. I'm gonna do one more. How many sizes do I use? I use I use 5 different sizes on mine. Just to, you know, really give it a unique look. I don't think some of this got covered. So on this darker one, I'm probably gonna, I'll just take it and like scoop my finger around it. Since there's no other colors here. And it looks like there's a little bit of white spots. So since there's no other color next to this one, it's okay if I do this because it's not gonna blend with another color. You feel me? And then I'll just take it and brush. Ugh, what are you doing in here? Crystal, go away. And then I'll brush it off because I'm not worried about colors mixing since this is the only color that I have. Now we're gonna go back and do the lighter color. On mine, Rachel, I use 5 different sizes. Yeah, it just depends on your glitter. On what, I mean, like there are certain colors that are going to be more opaque than others. You just have to know your glitter before you put it on there. Like, I know for some of mine, like I was mentioning earlier, that, you know, if I was using these colors individually, then my base color would be something different. It wouldn't be white. But since we're doing it this way, you know, it's gonna be white no matter what. Yes, the tape is applied one by one. Alright, so we're gonna do black, I think black and Amazon. Our last colors. Let's see. Amazon, black. Oh, see, I did it again, guys. I left 2. Some of them, I think, because they're so skinny, it's hard to see. Yes, I base coat my cup white with a bonding primer. That's how I spray all my cups with it. It's Rustoleum bonding primer. Oh, no, I can't twist it. Oh. brush the black off because I don't want the black getting onto any other colors that I have. No, I don't sand my cups. I've never sanded them. I just spray it with a bonding primer. I know some people, you know, will swear by sanding their cups, but, you know, I don't. What epoxy? Sorry, guys. Well, what epoxy I use? I use FX Premium. Yes, all my cups are painted white and then tape the glitter. Yeah, all the glitter is double-sided tape. I'm sorry, my throat is scratchy, guys. All the pollen, everything's blooming here. I don't necessarily always start and finish with black. It's just what I did for this one. So since this other cup is for an order, I just want to make it as close to this one as I can. So it might not be 100% exact, but it'll look close enough. Yeah, I mean, some people will say that you have to sand, and I don't know. I mean, I've always used the Rustoleum bonding primer, and I've never had an issue with any of my cups. And I've been doing this for well over a year. And the cups that I've had for over a year. Oh, look, I missed, wait, now I'm confused. Look at me. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I missed one. Dang it. Gotta get the light color back up. Usually I don't miss anything, but since I'm talking while trying to do this, it's bound to happen. Okay, now I think we can do our last color. Maybe, we'll see. Yes, yep, most of my glitter comes from Peachy Olive or PDB, but I do have some from Yaya's. But none on this cup, I think, except for the black. It's from Yaya's. Alright. I think this is my last color. Oh no, look y'all, I am like so messing up today. Goodness gracious, I don't know what is going on. I missed like 2. Ugh. I missed 2 of this colored stripe. Alright, now let's look at it really good. Just to make sure. Alright. I think we're good now. Maybe. I don't know. I might need to open it back up again. So I just try to find, like I said before, there's no like, you know, rhyme or reason to picking the colors. I just kind of pick some that, you know, go well together or look like they would ombre well together. And sprinkle them on. So I'll brush this one off. Just lightly, like just enough to get the loose glitter off of there. So what so typically, so this is what it looks like finished, kind of. I hope you guys can see it good. I did, Emily. I did the full glitter llama cactus. It's one of them is actually on my spinner or my turner now. This is the other one. Llamas. So this is what it looks like finished, and I will spray seal this really, really good. And I mean, you might get like a couple, you know, glitter grains mixed in with the other layers, but I mean, it'll still look really awesome. So for these, if I was not going to do the cowhide, then I would probably go back and fix these little like darker spots with the glitter and Mod Podge. But since it's going to have cow print on it, I'll just design my cow print so it's over that as it wraps around the cup. So once, I'll just kind of put this to the side for a minute until I have room on my turner, but I will go back and Mod Podge the bottom with the, like this color, so it still continues the pattern, and I'll come up here and put Mod Podge around here and do the pink, so the whole pattern continues down the cup. But yep, other than that, it looks pretty good. And yeah, I'll just spray seal it really, really good. Alright, so now that I'm done with the cup, does anybody have any questions? Now that I can look at questions now. Oh, you could, Emily. Just practice. Practice makes perfect. Oh, hey, Jennifer. You just missed our live. You're welcome. But y'all, I mean, I promise, I just used triple thick, Michelle. I'll show y'all. Let me grab it. Maybe. Oh, here it is. So, this is the, hang on, let me move this out of the way. This is Rustoleum triple thick. I do think that they changed the packaging on this. Somebody posted this a while ago, and this is not usually what it looks like. But I think that they changed the packaging of it. And this is the bonding primer that I use. I spray all my cups with that. Vanessa, I showed how to apply the cup about like maybe an inch or 2 inches from the bottom, because the tape really does take me about like an hour at least to apply. So I didn't want y'all to be like super bored. You were hand lettering. Oh, I want to see. So yeah, guys, if y'all do the double-sided tape, serape, whatever you want to call it, even if it's not serape, if it's just like a double-sided tape design, please charge accordingly. I mean, y'all, it really does take so long, and people will pay for it. Like, I have sold so many of the serape and cow print ones. So don't sell yourself short. Like, y'all have got to charge accordingly. Because that's how this craft will continue. Because if nobody's making any money, then they're not going to continue to do it. Especially for those of us that this is our only form of income. Yeah, the pattern is random. I just grab a piece of tape and stick it on. I don't really, So I would like to add maybe a color with CO 2020 for my daughter. I don't know what you mean. Add a color with CO 2020. Oh, class of 2020. Haha. Yeah, I charge, I think, I want to say that one like this is $78. I can't remember exactly because I just listed them. Like, Norma, you would be surprised what people would pay. People in my area are charging $25 for 30-ounce tumblers. I charge $50. And I get orders every single day. I've sold to all 50 states to, of course they're not going to pay if you don't charge that much. Why would they? But if you have good cups and good quality, then people will pay you what you're worth. Of course. Yeah, I promised that I would do one, so I figured that I might as well go ahead and do a tutorial while I had an hour or two to spare. My husband's watching March Madness right now, so I know he won't bug me. Yes, Vanessa. Rachel, I don't really have any ready to ship. If I have an idea, like, for example, like this one I just did because I had an idea. So once I epoxy it, then it will be ready to ship, but I don't really make up I just don't have time to make up a whole bunch of them that are ready to ship. So my turnaround time is 3 weeks. And they know that in the listing. Yeah. Yeah, see, Katie? You know what I'm talking about. Crystal, no, I'm not going to do one on the cow print. Well, Norma, do you have like a website or do you just use Facebook? If you don't have a website, I would suggest looking into Etsy. Yes, Katie. Yeah, Yessie, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce your name or not, but yeah, you could use a glitter vinyl if you wanted to. I would just, if you like the stripes, then just do the stripes, and then since the words are going to be so like they're so detailed, I would probably epoxy and then go back and do the class of 2020. Katie. So if you don't sand, do you have an issue with bumps or fisheyes? What do you mean? I mean, I'll sand it eventually. I just don't sand my cups. Like, I don't sand the stainless part. But yeah, after, I'll probably do like 2 coats of epoxy on this one, and then sand all the bumps down. Norma, I would look at, like, if you really want to get into doing cups or other crafts, I would look into Etsy. I mean, that's where the majority of my sales come from. And that's probably the main reason why I don't really advertise on Facebook, because I'm really busy with orders from Etsy. That, I mean, I get, like, the only place that I really advertise on Facebook is in my group or my page, but I don't post really in Marketplace. Of course, Danielle. But alright, are there any more questions? Alright guys, well, I guess I'm gonna jump off here if there are no more questions. You're welcome. If any of you guys come back and do a rewatch, and if you have any questions, just comment on here and I'll come back and answer what I can. Of course, you guys. Alright, well, I'm gonna get off of here. I hope all of y'all have a great rest of your day. Y'all too. Bye, guys. Oh, you have a question about the geode? Of course. Yeah, Cindy, what's your question real quick? Yeah, I always try to point people in the right direction if they're new. Do I ever have a problem with getting cups in the car? What do you mean? Like a cup holder? I mean, I don't think so, but it just, I mean, that's going to depend on your car, because older cars are going to have smaller cup holders, so even a regular size Yeti isn't going to fit in one. But if you have a newer car, most of them have larger cup holders. So, I mean, it's really not, like, the geodes are not really any thicker than any other. Like, I have one here that's just waiting for detailing, but they're not any thicker than, all this is one layer of Mod Podge and one layer of glitter. That's it. And then when I put the stones on, like, I'd put some stones here and probably like up here, like this part isn't even going to touch the cup holder. So right here, when I put the stones on, I lay them as flat as I can. So it's not like a huge bulge sticking out. Yeah, I mean, I put some here, but it's, I mean, no, I mean, yeah, it's, of course, if you're going to, if the person that you're selling it to, or if you're making one for yourself, if you have an older car, then you might need to get like a cup holder extender or whatever. But newer cars should have a pretty decent sized cup holder that will fit them. I don't epoxy first, Amanda. I just spray seal really well. You're welcome. Alright, ladies. Well, I'm gonna jump off here. Alright, guys. Well, I'm gonna jump off. If any of y'all... Yeah, Amanda, I do the lines all the way around. Anytime I'm doing a design on top of another design or on top of other glitter, I cover the entire cup with the stripes or the glitter or whatever I'm doing. That way it gives me basically a blank canvas to work with. So I can go back and like draw my cactuses and not have to worry about being confined to a certain spot that doesn't have the lines, if that makes sense. I've used multiples. I use triple thick, Mod Podge, Treehouse. I don't necessarily have a favorite. I just kind of pick up whatever they have. You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, this is the finished one. My finished cow. This one's mine. I had to keep one for myself. It will stay. Alright. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to jump off of here. Y'all have a great rest of your day. And if y'all think of any more questions, just post them below and I'll get to them. Okay? Bye, guys.